No decision yet in the trial of Bill Cosby. The jury is deadlocked. Yesterday, they came into the courtroom, told the judge they cannot come to a unanimous agreement on the charges against Bill Cosby. The judge told them to go back, deliberate. They did so. 9 more hours, could not reach a decision. And then they will sent them home. They're being sequestered to get some rest and to return. What is going on there? I want to bring in legal analyst Yodit Tuwelde right now and talk about this as well. And of course, there was some drama yesterday outside of the courtroom, Yodit. I want to play some sound. This is, of course, Bill Cosby's spokesman, Andrew Wyatt, talking outside of the courtroom.
Today, we have really seen Mr. Cosby get the justice that he was looking for.
Yodit, what the hell is Andrew talking about? The jury is deadlocked. There's no decision.
Right.
The jury could very well come back and convict him or acquit him, or it could be a hung jury.
Right.
How is he saying the jury being deadlocked somehow the justice Bill Cosby sought?
He's speaking prematurely. We also have to understand he is his PR rep, so he has to put that spin on it. I don't know if he consulted with the attorney before he spoke, but he should have. And you're right. If the jury comes back with a guilty verdict, then he's going to be basically eating his words, because he is praising this jury for taking their time, for doing their job, and they are. But he doesn't know whether they're going to acquit Bill Cosby or not. Now, does it look good? Yes, but we also don't know the divide. We don't know. It could be 11 to 1.
Right.
It could be 11 for guilty, 1 not guilty. We don't know the divide yet, but we do know that they obviously, some have reasonable doubt, and that is a good sign for the Cosby team.
Vincent Thompson, reporter with WURD, he's been covering this trial. Vincent, you had lots of drama outside of the courtroom yesterday between Bill Cosby's accusers and Bill Cosby supporters.
Yeah, we did, Roland. And as you can imagine, after this case, which is now almost 2 weeks old, there's a lot of emotion here in Montgomery County, which is right outside of Philadelphia. When the jury announced that they were deadlocked and people came outside the courtroom, there were some of Mr. Cosby's victims, and there have been over 60 people who have said that they have been the victim of Bill Cosby drugging and assaulting them since the 1960s. They got into heated words with a small group of people outside of the courtroom who are Bill Cosby supporters. They think that he's innocent, and that's been building for a couple of days. You could see it happening. Last week when I spoke to you, there weren't a lot of people that came to the trial, but now as we're getting closer to a verdict, it just seems that folks are just coming out of the woodwork from all over the country to sit at the steps in Norristown. I can tell you, there's not a lot of people who live in Norristown who are coming to the courthouse to stand for Bill Cosby. They got to go to work.
Yodit, I want to bring you back into this. And so, okay, so let's say it's the hung jury. What's next? What happens next?
So the prosecution can either retry the case or not, and they would consider several factors. One being, okay, does the alleged victim want to go through this again? They would consider that. They would want to go and speak to some of the jurors, if willing, to see where they were. They would then know the divide. So if they had, for example, I mentioned 11 to 1, 11 being guilty or not guilty, that is, and 1 being guilty, for example, the prosecution would want to know why they voted the way they did and want to make a decision as to, okay, if 11 people found Bill Cosby not guilty, why would I want to go proceed with a retrial? So it's all up to the prosecution, the cost of retrying. There's just several factors, but they could retry the case or just leave it be.
We'll come out panel here. I mean, this is obviously just crazy drama here. Again, I don't understand why Bill Cosby's PR rep Andrew Wyatt is claiming victory. Again, you don't know how this jury is deadlocked.
It's certainly premature, and the conversations right now about sexual assault in this country lead me to believe that there's more likely a chance that he could be convicted.
Well, I think there's two trials. There's the trial that's happening in the courtroom, and then there's the trial in public opinion.
Oh, the public opinion trial is over. No. That trial ended a long time ago.
Well, he's still trying to get a little bit of that to say, hey, you know what? We won. This witness has problems.
You know, I feel badly for the victims. How could you have 50, 60 people come forward with the same modus operandi against Bill Cosby, and this man not be held accountable for what happened?
But charges were only filed with 1 victim.
I understand that, but as we just said, in public opinion, Bill Cosby was already a convicted man and probably appropriate.
But here's the deal, though. Public opinion does not mean you still go to jail. I mean, this is a criminal case here. I mean, that's really the difference here. And at the end of the day, if you're Bill Cosby, you're trying to stay out of prison.
Exactly. And what you have to also understand is that they are not, the jury, they are not to consider the 50 plus other accusations because, like you said, he has never been convicted in a criminal court, of any rape. So all they're supposed to do is to consider just this case, this specific alleged victim, and that is it. And they are doing their job, because if they were considering all of the other women because you know that each of these jurors saw the media for 2 years and saw all of these accusations come to the forefront. If they were to consider that, they probably would have convicted him by now, but they are not supposed to consider that.
All right, Vincent Thompson, we appreciate it, man. We'll see what happens. We'll stay in touch with you when this jury makes a decision, or if they don't and the judge declares this to be a hung jury. Thanks a lot.
A peaceful protest turned deadly. 37-year-old black man was shot and killed by Baton Rouge police. His hands are in the air, and you still get shot by the cops.
Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead.
We're not going to let hate define us.
Race is a big part of this.
If truly all lives matter, then all lives need to matter equally.
What we require is action. What we require is accountability. We understand that black lives do matter, and we will keep focused on this issue.
NewsOne Now, every weekday morning at 7 on TV1.